Bats provide tremendous ecological benefits, and they're pretty cool to have flying around our gardens and landscapes too. So how do you attract more bats to help you with your insect pest control? Build a bat house, of course, but there are some important considerations you should know for building and mounting it properly. So in this video, my DIY guy Todd Brock and I are going to walk you through the steps for building and mounting our favorite backyard bat house.
All right, so Todd, you've got this already somewhat assembled, so tell us what we're looking at here and what you're building today.
Yeah, we're going to build a 4-chambered bat house, which basically means there are 4 different compartments in the house for the bats to roost. These dividers are going to create the different compartments. This is just a piece of plywood. We've got these spacers, and that creates each compartment. You can see right there, that's the first compartment right there, and it doesn't look like much, but it's more than enough room for the bats. And then we've got these 1.5-inch holes that we've cut into each of the dividers. These are basically the doors that go from compartment to compartment. The bats will be able to climb up through the house and then access different compartments through these holes based on temperature variations within the house.
Okay.
And that's really it. So 3 dividers with the spacers. Now we've got 4 chambers for the bats. And you'll notice on the dividers, here's the real key, these grooves that we've cut into the plywood.
Right.
The bats are going to need something to grip onto.
Yeah.
Climb around in there. We've done this with a table saw. The blade's set very, very shallow, a 32nd of an inch, a 16th of an inch at most. This is not a deep cut at all. This is very, very shallow. You could do this with a circular saw. You could do this with a hand saw and a straight edge. And I've even seen some plans that say all you need to do is rough it up with some sandpaper. Anything to create that grippy texture. You're basically trying to mimic the interior of a cave.
Now you've stained this, and I assume that's important for a couple reasons. One is to weatherize it, but does it have something to do with temperature control as well?
The color is important, and there are resources online that will tell you what color your bat house should be based on where you live, and it all has to do with summer temperatures. Most of the country, you're looking at a bat house that is black, dark gray, dark brown. The darker the better, and that's for heat absorption and again to mimic a cave. Once we attach the final cover, you'll see that it's a 2-piece front, and it leaves this 1/2-inch channel. This is for ventilation. Ventilation is really important. Then we've also got these 2 channels cut into the side just to keep air circulating throughout the house, which is really important. But a few good rules of thumb when mounting a bat house. This needs to be high off the ground, and I'm talking like 15 or 20 feet.
And that's because when the bats are exiting the house, they need to get some air under their wings before they take flight, right?
They do. They're going to drop out of the bottom of the box, and then they've got to drop a ways before they can fly. If you're mounting this 8 feet off the ground, it's not going to work.
Right.
There are other factors you have to keep in mind. Orientation to the sun, proximity to a water source, and predators are a big deal with bats. You don't want to mount a bat house up in a tree canopy. That seems like a natural, but it's actually the worst place possible for a bat house. You put them up there in the canopy, they're closer to predators. Bats want to be out away from all of that. So on an independent pole, out in a wide open field is often the best bet.
All right.
The plans for building this very bat house are on the website for Bat Conservation International at batcon.org.